How y'all doing? It's Dong. Dong so strong, merely man. And this here's the Dongs Weekly. A weekly wrap-up show from dongscanreviews.com. This week, we reviewed 6 performers, 3 of which scored higher than a 7, and 1 that scored in the 8s, becoming our second highest performer ever reviewed. That girl was Jessica Rabbit, who supplanted Your Little Pervert for second place all time. To hear more about how she did it, listen to our previous release on our YouTube channel and check out the review at www.dongscanreviews.com. It's a fine week anytime you have higher than 3 performers higher than a 7. And this week was no different. Exceptional week. Sort of bypassed Jessica Rabbit. Just talk a little bit about her phenomenal hourglass shape, beautiful face. She rocked the Yankees cap. And what else is there to say? Already said it all. Just a special performance, special performer. Once again, congratulations goes out to Jessica Rabbit. She was followed up by 2 7s, the first of which was Scarlett Hahn. Scarlett's 25-year-old who is a fantasy performer, performed in elvish ears, pink wig, and just an absolutely gorgeous face. A 9.0, one of the top faces we've ever had here. She is truly blessed with a phenomenal face. And she could have scored well above a 7. I mean, she could have challenged the 8s if she had just bumped up her connectivity. She was just very, very uninterested in the audience. She did a thing. She was, she was sexual. But the connectivity was a 4.9. And she dipped after 30 minutes. And you just can't have that. Okay, you can't have performers who just don't consider their audience and who just leave that abruptly without really any kind of forewarning. She was gone. So it's a 7.5, which is a very good score. But this girl could have really, really banged out one of the top scores of all time. I mean, her face was a 9.0. And she came out and she was sexual from the get-go. So it's unfortunate. I think her look was good. The elvish look was really cute. Pink hair was cute. She was pulling it all off. But her connectivity was garbage. And it hurt her. So that was Scarlett Hahn. Scarlett_Hahn, H-O-N. Next up with a 7.22. was Nada Tilly. And, 12 minutes into her session, she spread eagle. And she was bringing it. She's a fairly pretty Asian woman. Beautiful, milky skin. I mean, she had some absolutely top-notch skin. Her body came in at a 7.4 in some part because her milky skin was just some of the finest I've ever seen. She was kind of thick, kind of soft, kind of thick, but also still tight, not cellulite everywhere. She had nice tits. She also incorporated her feet into her show quite a bit. Her feet were good, very good feet. Scored a 7.5. Has been a while since we used the feet category, and we used it with her, and that was terrific. Thing that I noted most about her is, she hit a sweet spot for me in terms of how loud she moaned. And lately, it's been on my nerves a little bit. Some of these performers kind of going overboard with the moan and groan and playing it up a little bit too much for me. And all that stuff goes into consideration. And then we had other performers lately who just didn't say nothing. So she did it. She was a sweet spot. You know, and that helps. That helps when you're watching her. It helps you get into that zone. You get all hot and bothered. You know what I'm talking about. So she was great. Really great. Good performance. Fingering herself. Love the way she palmed her clit. Kind of hitting that tap, 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 tap. That slap, slap, slap. You know what I'm talking about. And that was hot. That was great. So I would watch her again. She comes highly recommended, especially if you're into Asian women. I thought she was a dynamic performer. And that's Naughty Tilly, Naughty_Tilly. So congrats to her. It's a great performance. And then the last person I'm going to talk about this week is Mia Kink DD. Now, Mia, another performer who had the look. Her face was an 8. Body was a 7.8. Body was just banging. She's got to be in her 40s. And her body was just so fit and beautiful. I think fake breasts, but they were beautiful. Outfit was a red mesh little number. And that looked hot. She reminds me of Cheryl Hines. Those of you who are Curb Your Enthusiasm fans, y'all know Cheryl. And she reminds me of her. Probably a little even better looking. And she had it going on, from a face body standpoint. But like I said in my review, it was like she was doing a press junket or something. Sitting in front of the mic like that. She's just too tip-centric, all about reaching levels, making sure she gets her tips, and just not rolling. It was not organic. Her performance was just sputtering. And it was just a tough take, man. It was just a tough take to see. So that was Mia Kink DD. And really can't recommend her very much unless you love Cheryl Hines and that's your thing. I can't recommend this one. So once again, those 6 performers this week. We had a 3.25. That was really bad, but overall we had a 5.42. And Mia Kink DD was a 6.37. So a very good week, I thought. And once again, if you want to read these reviews, head on over to the website, www.dogscanreviews.com. You know where we're at on social media. We are on Snapchat. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok. And, of course, we here at YouTube. So there you go. That's the wrap up for Dong's Weekly Episode 2. Y'all have a great week. I'm Dong So Strong, Million Man. Y'all take care.